Well, this is the last thing this is the last thing that needs to be done. The countdown to Mega Man 11 series is done. So all that's left to do is to go after the Mega Man Killer Robots via Time Attack special stages exclusively as DLC in Mega Man 10. Hello everyone, GBA049 here, and welcome to the Extras episode, the final episode of Mega Man 10. I know that I've already basically said that time and time again in the previous in the previous videos, but if you're wondering of what the special stages look like, of where you get the special weapons of the Mirror Buster, the Screw Crusher, and the Ballet Cracker, those weapons can only be obtained by clearing the Time Attack special stages of the Mega Man Killer Robots, Enker, Punk, and Ballet. So, the thing that I really like about the thing that I really like about the DLC in Mega Man 10 is that it actually gives the chance of the of showcasing the showcasing the content that was shown back in the olden days of Mega Man, back in the original Game Boy era, because the Mega Man Killer Robots made their first appearance in those games. Back when it was black and white, everything was classic, and I'm pretty sure it was when the handheld devices were starting to become more frequent. Or maybe I'm just saying that because the Game Boy, the original Game Boy, just had their basics of graphics and sound font quality and overall gameplay experiences. When it comes to the Mega Man games of the Mega Man games of the original Game Boy era, it's a little bit different, and the pace is a little bit slow, and the size comparisons of the sprite artwork and Mega Man's overall size on the screen is a little bit big, and he jumps a little bit low. But rest assured, the gameplay and the overall experience of what keeps a Mega Man game is still there in those games, except for Mega Man 2 on there, because that one is by far the worst. Not to mention the sound font is extremely annoying and ear-grating. Oh my god. Thank God Quint's Revenge, thank God the fan-made game Quint's Revenge on PC fixed everything. And overall, it's underrated, but I assure you, the original Mega Man games are, have everything of what you expect in a Mega Man game. And because of that, I encourage you to purchase the original. I encourage you to purchase the GBA games, because it may be a little bit different, but they're still fun. By far, the best one in the entire series is Mega Man 5, and oh my god, the plot in there is amazing, surprisingly, and it's just more suspenseful, and it's a fucking masterpiece. It is different, but it doesn't mean it's bad, because Mega Man 5 has a lot of things that the original Mega Man NES games didn't really have. Because the Mega Man, because unlike the NES games on Mega Man, where you just have a stage select and go after one of 8 Robot Masters, corresponding to the Robot Masters that you see on the numerical order of the game. Like, for instance, in Mega Man 3, you have Sparkman, Snake Man, Shadow Man, Top Man, Hard Man, Magnet Man, Needle Man, and I think I'm forgetting one, but you get what I mean. Okay, what was it again? Gemini, Snake. Okay, Snake with Gemini, Gemini with Needle, Needle with Snake. Okay, Needle with Spark and Shadow and Top and Hard and Magnet. I think I already. Oh wait, I think I might be forgetting something, but okay. Unlike if we have like the original Robot Masters and corresponding to their game of Mega Man 3, where we see Robot Masters from their game, because in this case in the Game Boy games, Mega Man 3 has 4 Robot Masters for Mega Man 3 in the NES, and on the NES to select, and then the other half has 4 Robot Masters chosen from the game after it. So, for example, in Mega Man 3, you face 4 Robot Masters from Mega Man 3, and the other 4 and the other 4 Robot Masters you face are from Mega Man 4, so on and so forth in Mega Man 4, and then and then Mega Man 5 just makes everything different by facing entirely different Robot Masters that are not anything you've ever seen, and are named after the planets of the Milky Way galaxy. Mars, Venus, Uranus, that's how I pronounce it, Pluto, which was considered a planet way back then, and Mercury, and Jupiter. I think I'm forgetting a couple things. Oh yeah, and Terra, but Terra is just like the leader of the game, of the Star Droid robots. And the plot in Mega Man 5 is amazing, and the climax is really jaw-dropping, dropped me a surprise, and it's got a interesting narrative for a Mega Man game, which is surprising. But the previous Mega Man games of Dr. Wily and Mega Man's Revenge, first appearance of Enker, and Mega Man 3, first appearance of Punk, and Mega Man 4, first appearance of Ballade. And the end of that game is very great as well. Something different. But and as a result of the Mega Man Killer Robots having some kind of potentially how should I say, the chance to become have more potential in future Mega Man games, well, the answers have been brought. And the Mega Man Killers now have made their reappearance in exclusively as Time Attack DLC special stages in Mega Man 10. And that is exactly what we're going to do next. So, over here, Special Stage 1 is Enker, Special Stage 2 is Punk, and Special Stage 3 is Ballade. So first off, we're going after next. So the first Robot Master that we're going after first is Enker. And Enker is a Robot Master that wields a spear that can absorb your shots back at you that can absorb your shots to power up his Mirror Buster, and the more shots that he absorbs, his attack becomes stronger. And the original games of the Game Boy, it was a little bit slow-paced. They actually the Mega Man Killer Robots have gotten a lot more, have become a lot more advanced, and their patterns have become more faster, and since you can't slide or charge in this game, defeating these guys is very, very challenging. Not to mention that their stages are incredibly long to go through. The first one is Enker's stage. My record is 303.98. I'm not gonna go beat this because I'm just gonna go end up talking about this fucking amazing music. This soundtrack is called Heart of Enker. Let me just shut up for a couple seconds. I really cannot fathom the fact of how I don't know, downright incredible Capcom is at composing music, even to go as far as entirely composing a soundtrack of nothing but low notes, 8 bits, and a downright fucking catchy melody to go along with it. And I've just died. Oops. It is a very catchy melody, and the is always the best. It will always and always be the best part. The soundtrack is titled Heart of Enker. I have no idea why it's called that. Like, what is Enker? I don't know. You're just in the Heart of Enker. Wait, Heart of Enker. Heart of Enker. Heart of Enker. So, like, Heart of Enker? Like, maybe there's something inside his heart? A Heart of Enker? Oh! I think I already know what this means. It's Enker is full of himself. Heart of Enker. So, I guess that was what it means? I don't know, I'm just guessing. So the first segment over here, we're just going over a segment of disappearing block puzzles above a pit of spikes to go through. Drop down, you have platforms that give you a chance to, you know, just I don't know, get you started into what's going to be down there by the time you jump off. If you have the timing to Buddha to grab those to grab those health energy if you're in a pinch, either go left or right. If you go in the center, you're just gonna go get killed by these death spikes. Nothing special down here except, say, for those little police, those little security robots that have those walls to push you back from. Drop down here, and you'll see, and I probably should have used that. Drop down here, just gonna go through these layer of conveyors to go through. And if I actually got to Well, if it actually got detected by that guy, I would have, oh yeah, well, you get what I mean. Just want to switch the gears a bit so make it more faster. And then these Sniper Joes these species of Sniper Joes are very annoying to deal with because every time you jump, it always jumps a million times. Every time it will not do anything to it. These species of Sniper Joes it can only be found in the special stages of MegaMan 10. So they always like to jump whenever you jump, and it's really hard to avoid their bullets while they're jumping because, well, they're jumping. It's really hard to avoid. Overall, the stage is a little bit easy at first, but then things get a little bit crowded when you go in this segment right here, where you're dealing with these Sniper Joes and Snail Mets, and a mixture of both. So I was gonna go. Oh yeah, luckily the little trick where you can pierce straight through the Sniper Joe's shield still exists. So their defenses still suck. And this is the part of where things start to get really difficult. You're gonna have to use Rush Jet to get over here to grab those energy and health and weapon energy. But be extremely fucking careful when you're about to drop down this pit right here. Yeah. Exactly. If you were in the wrong placement by the time you drop down there, you're going to be greeted with a feet full of instant death spikes to go through. Also, this jump is very hard to do. You're supposed to do the little pixel perfect precision to jump over, and then drop down here. And this is the part of where this is the hallway toward Enker. And I've realized that the moles, and I've realized that the bottom segment of the drill-like enemies called moles, always have the tendency to send out 2 moles on the same spot. It's completely random, and you really need to be extremely careful. Need to be extremely careful and not get too overconfident when you're going through this place. Because after when the first mole comes out, you're probably going to be greeted by a second one right after the one just goes down. And then there's Enker. Remember what I said last time about Enker having an extremely, extremely annoying pattern to deal with? And he's a bit of a spaz to deal with. In the original game, he was easy, but in this one, he is extremely fucking difficult to defeat. His pattern is so damn specific that he does like a total of 6 things, and it is entirely impossible of what he'll do because it is extremely precise. Okay, Enker does the following. He jumps to the far side of the room, shoots his mirror buster, dashes to the other side of the room, shoots his mirror buster, jump twice and goes to the other side of the room, jump once in the middle and dash to the other side of the room, or dash all the way to the right, and so on and so forth. Dash, jump into the center of the room and then dash, or jump to the center of the room and then use his mirror buster. Either jump or dash. It is completely random of what Enker will do. You need to be very, very precise you need to be very precise on trying to defeat Enker. But luckily, I have a solution. I actually have a solution on how to defeat Enker a little bit easier than normal. And I'll be getting to that by the time I get there. So this might take a while. Okay, managed to make it back with decent amount of health loss, so let's hope I don't get fucked up the ass by his spear. Okay, so the best solution, the alternative semi-best solution to defeat Enker is to just camp against the wall and use a bad hit detection to avoid him either jumping or dashing to the other side of the room. Still need to be very precise. See what I mean? Just enough time to actually avoid him. Oh, crap. damn it! Ha ha! Got him just in time, too. I thought he was going to go shoot out his fully charged Mirror Buster on me because that attack comes out really insanely fucking fast. Okay, so Enker is down. Now all that's left is Punk. So Punk is a robot master, Punk is a robot master that is designed after the form of music punk rock, according to his edgy design and his overall personality of just wanting to, well, straight up kill you. Well, he's the kind of robot master that is very intimidating and will not hesitate to beat you that will not hesitate to beat you into a million pieces. And his stage is kind of a little bit tedious at times, but his fight, on the other hand, is a nightmare. It is a freaking nightmare. He's insanely fast and agile. Because of the original Game Boy games, they're slow, but now that they're back, they're ready to kick your ass, and their speed has been upgraded up to 11. It is ridiculous. And besides Abandoned Memory, this soundtrack right fucking here. Get the Punk out. I mean, I've already explained it on my top 100 favorite video game soundtracks list, but it is still going to be the case. Get the Punk out is by far my all-time favorite soundtrack in the Mega Man Classic series. I mean, listen to this shit. That part, this part right here is fucking incredible. Abandoned Memory gets me pumped up, but this one just makes me go, oh, I am prepared for what's about to happen. I am fucking prepared to go through enemy territory and be greeted with one of the killer robots, the Mega Man Killer Robots, and beat him down. Oh my god. I really do not need to describe of how fucking amazing Get the Punk Out is to me. But bottom line, the melody's great, and it's still Mega Man music, and Mega Man music will always still be the best ever. But nothing to ever replace Pokemon music. And the alternative solution to go through here is to just, just climb all the way to the top. But be careful, you're just gonna have to deal with the sudden greeting with those shield attacker robots that are blocking that ladder. Just gonna go take care of one and climb all the way to the top. And well, gotta be careful of this here because this little design level design here has made an appearance inside. Has made an appearance in the original Mega Man Game Boy games, where you're going to see enemies, where you're going to see bomb-like enemies pop out from the pit and jump out. Okay, just flying explosive enemies just jumping out of bottomless pits and trying to knock you down. So you gotta be careful with that. I'm not even using special weapons, so I might as well just gonna use the wheel cutter. Woo! Oh yeah, this part right here. A little thing to know. While I was recording footage for Get the Punk Out in my top 100 favorite video game soundtracks list, I had no idea the best solution to just bypass that ceiling crushing segment is to just wing it. I was just basically a little bit motivated. This music really motivated me to just keep going and not stop and not slow down because I had no idea that the best way to just go through the entire segment alone without the use of patience is to just don't stop and just keep going. And anyway, here's Punk. And he still has that little entrance that he used in the Game Boy game where he just comes out of the ground and just greets you. But he comes out of the ceiling. And you gotta be extremely careful here. This guy can trick you. You need to have the eye of a fucking eagle to predict of what Punk is going to do in this game. Shut up, Guts, man. You're not welcome here. You're supposed to pay close attention to how far his screw crusher will be thrown at you. He'll either throw it from the bottom or from the top. And since they come out insanely fucking fast, you need to be very, very careful. Because if you jump, or if you don't do anything, okay, bottom line, you just gotta be extremely careful. You just gotta be extremely careful fighting Punk, because he can trick you. That's basically his strategy, tricking you. And that rabbit attack deals incredible amounts of damage. So if I get hit by that attack, I'm going to die. And thank God that there is an energy tank that I can use to make taking care of Punk a lot more easier. And that a little attack of where he jumps in, where he transforms into his wheel of death in the center. Normally you're supposed to slide underneath it, but since sliding is disabled in Mega Man 9 and 10, the only solution is to just jump over him. Yeah, see what I mean? Look how much damage that dealt. I'm almost dead already. If all else fails, I'm probably gonna have to use his weakness. All else fails, what's his weakness? Oh, right, it's the fucking Mirror Buster. Come here. Okay. Oh, come on! Have at you! Oh, come on! My God. I can never defeat Punk without getting hit by anything. Well, I can never defeat Punk without getting hit by at least one of his attacks. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Time to kick Punk's ass. Gotta be extremely careful. Just gotta go camp to the left side of the wall and just pay close attention to whether those screw crushers are going to be thrown below my feet or above my head, or worse, both. Okay, wait for it. Whoa! All right. Okay. So far so good. Okay. Up. All right. Up. Okay. Up. I'm getting a lot of text messages right now. I'm sorry about that. Oh. Whoa! Shit! Holy shit! Oh my God! No! No, 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 no! You see what I mean? Well, if you want to emphasize MegaMan Killer Robots, might as well want to get the title to Punk, cause holy shit! I've dealt so much damage. Ugh. That ramming attack is the bane of my existence. And the screw crushers are as well. Okay. Okay, that's it. Mirror Buster, activate. Got him. Whew. Falls failed, just had to use his weakness. And there we go. Punk is down. And now for the last Robot Master. Ballade. And now for a little backstory. Ballade is considered to be the leader, the best, the absolute best of the MegaMan Killer Robots. He wants to hold the title of MegaMan Killer Robots. All of the MegaMan Killer Robots were designed by Dr. Wily, specifically meant to destroy Mega Man. And after and in Mega Man 4, when you first see him, he goes away with 1 HP, but only to be fought again in a more cooler-looking design, wearing shades and more powerful. And by the time you defeat him, and by the time when you defeat Ballade officially, instead of him running away like a coward, you're gifted with a special weapon, the Ballade Cracker. And then after when you defeat Dr. Wily in the end of Mega Man 4, the spaceship fortress in outer space of Dr. Wily's fortress begins to self-destruct. And then when Mega Man and then when Mega Man's path is being blocked by falling debris or closing shutters while the place is about to self-destruct, he is trying to get out. And then he destroys all the walls that are in front of him, And then he sees this giant wall that leads to the exit into outer space, leading to he sees this giant wall that leads to the exit of the fortress, trying to escape. He tries to destroy it with a normal shot, it deflects back. And then he tries to do a charge shot, it also deflects back. Just when all is about to be lost, Ballade, gravely injured, just arrives in the nick of time, just confessing that, sorry, Mega Man, this is all I can do for you. After our battle, I realized I was wrong. This is goodbye. And Ballade, just designed to kill Mega Man, just suddenly had a change of heart. After the battle that Mega Man and Ballade had, Ballade wanting to have a worthy battle of power, because his personality consists of seeking worthy challenges to face, and challenges and people like opponents that don't have a competitive spirit, he does not bother with. And then after when Ballade was defeated, he realized that, well, I'm not quite sure what he realized, but he just realized that apparently he was wrong. And then when all was about to be lost, Mega Man was about to be, the Wily Fortress was about to self-destruct inside the spaceship. He couldn't escape, and Ballade sacrifices himself to save Mega Man's. And this soundtrack right here greatly symbolizes everything of what you need to know. Want to know what the title of the soundtrack is called? After the after the end of Mega Man 4, where Ballade comes in to save Mega Man's life, he is remembered as a hero. And the title of the soundtrack, Farewell to Ballade, just explains everything you need to know what Ballade really is as a character. And it is amazing. But, in my opinion, Get the Punk Out is a million times better, just because I really love upbeat soundtracks, and just makes me motivated. But I also like the emotional ones too, because this is in the end of Mega Man 4 on the Game Boy, Ballade is literally one of the only exceptions of where you're going to see sad moments, and it's amazing. It's really amazing of what music can do to just give you a story of what everything means. Because I'm pretty sure that when people decided to purchase the DLC Time Attack Special Stages on Mega Man 10, and by the time they got the third one, they suddenly got all emotional by the fact that this soundtrack is really sad and they don't know why. It's because it's because of what Ballade truly is as a character. In the end of Mega Man 4, it just gives everyone memories of what they've experienced in the end of Mega Man 4 on the Game Boy. A legend. A living legend. That's all it is. That's all Ballade is. He's got guts. He's got a strong heart. He may have been designed to kill Mega Man, but deep down, he has a conscience. Unlike the rest of them. And that's just something I really like. And this stage is kind of frustrating to go through because I've just died by those reminiscent parachute bomb enemies that love to just pop out of bottomless pits and knock me down. So to save any more time, I'm just gonna have to just continue going through the stage. Be extremely careful. Takes a lot of timing. And the stages, and the cool thing is about the stages in the DLC Time Attack, this time I jumped, it fell off. The designs of the levels in the Time Attack special stages are very similar to the ones that you see in the Game Boy games. You know, like vertical, only one block in length platforms, and on the ceiling. And with the enemies that pop out of the bottomless pits and try to knock you down, that was in Mega Man 4. And I'm pretty sure that, of course, that's pretty much the only thing that that's pretty much the only thing you see in the special stages. It's just the overall design that starts off in Ballet's stage. Nothing really special. And it also has those same exact bomb. It also has those same exact bomb wall placements that the same exact ones that you see in Mega Man 4 as well. Just to give some quality on just give some quality oh fucking hell. Just give some quality I don't know added tidbits of what you normally see in Mega Man 4. It's really interesting of how much representation that the Mega Man Killer Robots get inside their special stages in Mega Man 10. Stage, music, backstory, and, well, overall design and everything. And their fights as well. And it is really satisfying to actually see them in color this time, in 8-bit graphics instead of really slow-paced artificial intelligence and more faster and more of a threat that actually define the term Mega Man Killer. But compared to the rest of the well, if I had to be honest right now, this might be an overstatement of my opinion or something. But when it comes to defining of what Mega Man Killer means, I have to say that Punk defines it perfectly, just because that his edgy design, serious expression, and the music and just everything, and his personality just defines that he just wants to fucking kill you, nothing more. Enker has it as well, but he's just the I don't know. To me, I just kind of view him as some kind of child. I don't know. But Ballet, it feels like that he just wants to do the right thing, and he did. Apparently created to destroy, but actually relived his last moments as a hero. His last moments as a hero, and died a hero. Ballet is awesome. And he really is quite the fighter. He really is quite the fighter to deal with. Also, it is almost impossible to go through Ballet's stage without the use of special weapons, because this is the part right here of where parts of the castle are this is the part inside here of where parts of the how should I say, the parts of the Dr. Wily Castle Mega Man 4, like when it's self-destructing. This is the part of where toward the end of the game, where where parts of the terrain of the level are starting to deteriorate and become smaller and smaller, and just take you down instantly. But this part right here is basically the end of the stage of Ballet's lair in Dr. Wily's castle, where it's self-destructing and trying to escape. And luckily, in this one, since Ballet is known to be the most powerful of the Mega Man Killer Robot Masters, they actually give you a chance this time by just refueling your energy and just to recharge your batteries, and so that way you can take on Ballet. Ballet is quite the difficult robot master to fight, because every time when he lands, he just deploys a Ballet cracker, and then it's unknown of how many times he'll deploy his Ballet cracker, because he's kind of a little bit easy to fight, but you still gotta be extremely careful of fighting him, because he can kind of mix up his pattern of how many times he'll deploy his Ballet cracker, or do it again and dash to the other side of the room and then launch one straight at you. That's all he does. But he's still pretty easy nonetheless. But just don't get cocky. Just because it is easy doesn't mean that it'll kick your ass. Well, I'm sorry, Ballet, but even though that I destroyed you, you will always be remembered as a hero to Mega Man. And that is it. That is all that is left for me to showcase in Mega Man 10 in the countdown to Mega Man 11 series. The special stages of the Mega Man Killer Robots have been complete. I am officially up to date in the countdown to Mega Man 11 series, and now all that's left to count down is the remaining 10 days. Or is it 9 days? I really cannot remember of when the last time I uploaded I really cannot remember the last time I uploaded the last episode of the Countdown Mega 11 series, because I don't have YouTube opened up. I only have Elgato Game Capture open up and just start talking on my desktop. But anyway, hope you enjoyed this little I don't know, interesting okay, how should I say this? Hope you enjoyed this hope you enjoyed this playthrough of going through every all three Mega Man Killer Robots Master Time Attack special stages, and I will see you later in the future collab video featuring long-ass username that I call Adam and SkyKing64 playing Mega Man 11 blind in a fresh new Mega Man experience. In a fresh new experience playing Mega Man 11, and that's going to be extremely fun. Just got to get everything set up, and just got to go adjust the audio a little bit, and make sure that the gameplay is not too delayed, and everything should be all good. It's going to be very fun. It's going to be the exact same thing of what I had in the second episode of Mega Man 10, but a million times better as the entire game. That's going to be very fun. Hope you look forward to that. This is GBA049 signing out, going offline. See you next mission, and Mega Man for life! You will always be remembered. Ballade. A true hero. Capcom just had to compose something badass for bass, didn't they? What was the best option? Shopping. Fucking shopping! Wow.